Good evening, Rotorua. Welcome to City News. Just ahead, searches made on souvenir shops selling fake made in New Zealand products. Hamurana gearing up for the Living Legends Muckin. And the Steamers finished third on the ITM Cup table. Those stories and more up next on City News. Complaints about fake products being sold in Rotorua souvenir shops has led to raids by Commerce Commission staff. Yesterday, Commerce Commission staff executed search warrants on 10 different premises in Rotorua in relation to an ongoing investigation in the tourism souvenir sector. The Commission received information regarding products being sold to tourists as made in New Zealand when they're not. A large amount of information was gathered from the searches, and the Commission will now assess the information before considering what action is appropriate under the Fair Trading Act. The searches involved police, customs, immigration and the Wildlife Enforcement Group. Plans for the Living Legends Muckin Bay of Plenty are well underway. The Living Legends project is part of Conservation Week and Rugby World Cup events. Locals, officials and rugby legends will help with the planting of thousands of native seedlings at the beautiful Hamurana Springs. Local iwi Ngāti Rangiwewehi will be hosting the many visitors. Spokesperson Katrina Pihira says they will be sharing stories and entertaining their guests.
Well, Ngāti Rangiwewehi will be welcoming our manuhiri and our community to the Living Legends planting, and in doing that we'll be celebrating rugby legends over here at the lodge area, and where we have a beautiful backdrop of our river, Kaikai Tahuna, and we'll be sharing some entertainment, some stalls and some hakinakina to entice people along and to encourage them to help out and plant trees for conservation.
An organiser of the Living Legends project and chair of Project Crimson, Devon McLean, says Living Legends came from the idea of greening the Rugby World Cup.
What we're doing is native tree plantings in 18 locations around the country during Rugby World Cup. This year we'll plant 85,000 native plants, and over the next 2 years we'll add another 85,000 to give us a total of 170,000 plants. And they are being planted as a legacy to the Rugby World Cup, but also to celebrate locally 17 rugby legends, people who've made a great contribution to rugby.
The Bay of Plenty rugby living legend is Hika Reid. The Hamurana Living Legends project is on Sunday, the 11th of September. The Variety Mini Bash 2011 is travelling from South Auckland to Rotorua this week, and locals are encouraged to come out and show their support as it passes through town. The Mini Bash is a quirky car rally of around 25 crazy trucks and cars, which travels over 500 kilometres, fundraising for Kiwi kids, distributing grants, entertaining children and participating in community projects and telling the Variety story. Along the way, Variety, the children's charity, will distribute $11,500 to Kiwi kids in need, giving an insulin pump to a young girl in Rotorua with diabetes to free her from daily injections. In sport tonight, Bay of Plenty have finished third in this year's ITM Cup Premiership after a 29-17 win over Southland. Played in perfect conditions at Stadium Southland in Vicargill, Bay of Plenty were too strong for the home side. Bay of Plenty captain Colin Burke, who was playing his last game for the Steamers, says it was only the third time in the province's 100-year history that the team had finished in the top 4 of the competition. Bay of Plenty Magic netball coach Nolene Taurua says she is thrilled to be offered a contract as assistant coach to the Silver Ferns in their series against England and Test series against Australia. Taurua will help Silver Ferns coach Ruth Aitken for her last 5 tests in charge of the Ferns. Nolene Taurua says she hasn't decided at this stage if she will apply for the head coach position once Ruth Aitken departs. And the first international team has arrived for the Rugby World Cup. Fiji landed this afternoon, officially starting their World Cup campaign. Fiji's first game is against Namibia on Saturday the 10th of September at the Rotorua International Stadium. To your weather now, Rotorua and the surrounding area tonight. Evening rain, northerly, overnight a low of 8. Tomorrow Tuesday, rain clearing, northerlies turn westerly, a high of 17 and low of 9. Outlook for Wednesday becoming fine, westerlies, a high of 15 and low of 5. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Tuesday, northeast 15 knots tending northerly 10 knots about midday, then westerly 10 knots in the evening. Scattered rain, clearing in the evening. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, unemployment advocate Paul Blair joins us to talk about the government's proposed youth card. Leila Robinson tells us about roller derby in Rotorua, and resident councillor Irene Begg talks about the riots in London and flash mobs in America.